Hi guys, I'm Katelyn. Most of you know me because I go to the high school with some of y'all, but this is my testimony. My life started out like any other story, it seems like. When I was a kid, I grew up in church. I went to church every Sunday, every Wednesday. Any time the church was doing something, me and my family, we were there. I had fun going to church. It was the best thing in the world to me. When I was little, I was baptized, but it didn't mean anything to me because I was small, so I didn't know what it meant. I understood about God, but I didn't understand him, if y'all know what I'm talking about. He didn't really play a part in my life. On Sundays I'd go to church and I'd have so much fun. I loved going to church and my mom would always take me. And Wednesdays I'd go. If the church had anything special, I would be there too. Cookouts, plays, chorus and stuff like that, we would be there. But then I lived in Kentucky when we were there, and everything changed when I moved. When I came down here and moved down here, I didn't get into a church really. We looked around and we got into a couple of churches, but we didn't really stay in them. It got kind of hard for our family. My dad opened up his own business, so it took a lot of time away because my parents were literally there Sunday through Sunday. We didn't have time for church, and when I was younger, I thought about God all the time, and I asked my mom, could we go to church? And it'd be the same thing. Yeah, we can try. We'll try this week, or we'll try that next week, but sometimes it didn't happen. And so then I got to middle school, and I wasn't really liked in middle school, and it made it hard because before, if I wasn't liked, I would just, talk to Jesus or I talked to God, and, he would get me through it, and I kind of stopped talking to him, which was bad because when somebody would make fun of me, it would bother me, and I wouldn't know what to deal with that. And I got made fun of a lot in middle school. And then got through middle school, things weren't really different, still made fun of, and then I got into high school, and that's where things really started to change in my life, like big things. I was still made fun of in high school, but everybody is. If there's something you can be picked on by, somebody's gonna do it. And I got into FCA. I heard about this FCA thing that our chorus does there at the school, and I went to it one day. I brought a friend because honestly I was scared to go alone. I didn't want to go by myself, but I brought a friend with me, and we went to the FCA thing together, and I started learning about God some more. I tried to get him back into my life, and things started to get better. They weren't, of course, exactly like they are now, but they started to get better. And then I heard of this FCA retreat, and I went to it, and there I learned so much about God. There's endless things that you can learn about him, and it kind of came on to me, and it hit me hard when I was there. They talked about how other people's testimonies and how people were before and after God, and I was like, I really want this, and I considered it. And I considered it for a long time because I was scared that I wasn't going to be a true Christian like they were talking about. I didn't want to be a fake Christian like, you sometimes see people around here. I didn't want to be fake at it. So I waited. Since my waiting, I've had more time to think about it and actually realize that this is what I want. I do want God in my life. And then I went to that, and then I started going to FCA a lot more often. I started reading my Bible, and I just started praying. I prayed, and I was like, please give me the strength because I don't know what to do. I asked for his help, and that's what really led me here. And then a couple of weeks ago, we had a guest speaker. I can't remember his name, but we had a guest speaker. And he came here and he started talking about his life, how when he was a kid he went to church, but then he got into the wrong group of kids, and I think he got into drugs and stuff like that. And it hit me. Dale also was talking about how we needed to get God in our life, and how good it is to have him in our lives and what it means for us. And that one night, just God spoke to me. I felt like he was standing there right in front of me, or right beside me, and saying, you need me in your life. I can help you. And that's when it happened. I felt like I was having my moment, but then again I didn't. I was still doubting it. And so I went to talk to Miss Cheryl and Mr. Les, and they helped me through it all. They helped me realize that to have your moment, I accepted Jesus into my heart, and I accepted that he died on the cross for my sins, and that if I need help, I can ask him for help. All my sins, he paid for my sins. And that's when I had my moment. I can't even explain the feeling. It was the best feeling in the world. And I even still think back to it, and even though it was a couple weeks ago, I can still feel that feeling, that lightness that I had. I was so happy. I cried. I was crying because I was so happy. And it was so amazing to see that my life changed. It changed dramatically. I saw things so differently when I thought about them through God. And since then my life has been so much different. Anything I do, the smallest things, I'll ask God for help. If I'm having trouble on the test, I'll be, God, please give me the strength to get through this. And anything, could be just nothing at all, and I would ask God for help. I lived the life that he wanted me to live, because before I wasn't living his life. You could basically say I was living the life that Satan wanted me to live, and that's not what I wanted. And now that I have God and I'm living his life, I feel so much better about everything. I'm so much happier. I'm not as bitter as I used to be, because there's a happiness in the world. I see the good things in the world, and I don't take the negatives, I take the positives, and I see that God was there for me. He will always be there for me, and anything that I need, I can always ask him. And I may not get answered right then. I may not get my answer the next day or 2 seconds later, but I know that I'll get it. It may be down the road, but he knows that he's going to give it to me, but it just might be in time. You have to be patient with God. He's going to give it to you, but he waits. He's got a purpose for us in life. And that purpose may be just down the road. He may not want you to have it right now, but in a little while he will. He will give it to you, and then you'll understand then why God wanted you to have that. But guys, I'm telling you, if you need, this moment was the happiest moment in my life, and I really strongly suggest, if you are thinking about it, if you're having troubles, talk to somebody. I talked to God, and that was the best thing I've ever done. I don't think I could ever make a better decision than this, because I have never been happier.